Hi everyone, we are now on to Unit 7, which is similarity. So we've been in the world of congruency, and now we're changing to similarity. Okay, so when we have something small and it's proportional to something big. So how are we going to do this? We're going to be looking at ratios and reminding ourselves what ratios are. We've been working on those for a few years now, and this day one is just reviewing. Please stay on top of the notes. This will help you in class, so then you can work with your teacher on the homework in class, okay? Don't get behind. Let's do this. So a ratio, there's 3 ways to write it. 2 to 3 with the colon, 2 to 3 writing it, or 2 over 3, which is a fraction. That's what we'll use most of the time. You can also write star, colon, heart, or star to heart, or star over heart. Okay, so the different ways. So let's simplify the following ratios. So 12 over 15, what are we going to do? We're going to divide out a 3. We do the same thing on top and bottom, so we should get 4/5. Do the same for the next one. What can we take out? If we don't know, we divide out a 2. Okay, so if you don't know what goes into it, see if they're both even. If they're both even, you can divide out a 2. From here, well, 7 is not even. What else can I take out? Well, let's take out a 7. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. 28 divided by 7 is 4. Show your work so you know what you're doing. If you just put the answer down, how did you get there? Okay. The next one, we divide by 3, and I should get 7/2. We leave it as 7/2. No decimals. Please write that down. No decimals this entire unit. You will get things wrong. That is not a ratio. All right? Let's do this. So similar versus congruent, like I've been saying. So again, similar, we have a smaller shape, and it's going to be proportional to a bigger shape. All right? Congruent, everything's the same. So that's what we're talking about this unit. So what it is a sideways S for similar. Okay? All right, let's get after it. So number 4, we're going to create ratios of distance. So AB is 2. CD is 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 over 4 becomes 1/2. All right. BC is 1. DE is 3. 1/3 stays as is. Okay, you try AC over BD. Okay, so go from B to D, add them. And then AC, A to C, add those. Okay, and make your proportion. All right, next one. We are simplifying based on this key. Again, this is real life, guys. We're translating from one measurement to another, okay? Right now we have 2 measurements. Right now we want to get rid of the measurements and make them equal. So I have 24 ounces over 2 pounds. Okay, so let's look at our handy dandy chart. And I have ounces and pounds. Okay, so how do I get rid of ounces? I'm going to put it diagonal to it. So I have 16 ounces right here over 1 pound. So what that does is it eliminates all of your measurements. And now I'm going to multiply across. So 24 times 1 is 24. 16 times 2 is 32. And now the measurements are gone. And now I divide. So I can divide out an 8. So then I have 3/4. Okay, you could also have divided out a 2, divided out a 2, and divided out a 2. Yay. All right, 14 feet over 6 yards. So I have 14 feet over 6 yards. Again, let's look at our chart up here. So we've got feet and yards. Okay, so from diagonal to it is the feet. So that's 3 feet. Diagonal to yards is 1 yard. Now I have feet over feet eliminated, yard over yard eliminated. Now multiply across. Okay, lots of arrows. 14 times 1 is 14. 6 times 3 is 18. Take out a 2. And I have 7/9. Okay, no more measurements. The measurements eliminated. So I want you to try C and D. C, you're going to use the feet and the inches. Where's feet and inches? Where? Oh, there it is. Okay. So number 3, use feet and inches. Okay, and then D, well, how many hours are in a day? So 1 day equals 24 hours. So make that chart and solve it. All right, cross multiplication. So A times D equals B times C. So we're solving that. All right, so let's get after it. So this is cross product property. So you multiply across. So 4 times 15 equals 5 times x. Yes, Reno High colors. Let's go. All right, so 4 times 15 is 60 times equals 5x. Divide 5 to both sides. Okay? And you get 12. I would recommend working through the calculator and solving these, okay? When we just are writing down the problems, we're not actually doing the work. So please try to practice. So 4 times 7 equals 5 times x. So now I have 28 equals 5x. Divide 5 to both sides. Okay, and x equals 28 over 5. Leave it like that. I can't take anything out. I do not want a decimal. Right? Number 8 and number 9 is distributive. We're going to have to distribute because we have a lot going on, a lot to unpack. So I have 3 times y for that one. Then I have 2 times y plus 2. I want to distribute the 2, so I have 2y plus 4 equals 3y. Okay, and now I'm solving. So I'm going to subtract 2y to both sides. And I get y equals, what's left over? 4. So y equals 4. Okay, great job, guys. So again, I'm cross multiplying and then solving for the variable. Okay, so let's do number 9. So I have 2 times 3 minus x. Don't forget that parentheses. 6 times x. Now I want to distribute. So 6 minus 2x equals 6x. Okay, well, I like to move the smaller variable, so I'm going to actually move the 2 over. And I have 6 equals 8x. All right. How are we doing so far? Hope you guys are sticking with me. All right. Again, this is lots of review of what you've done in the past. Again, I need to get the x by itself, so I'm going to move the 8. So I have x equals 6 over 8. Let's divide that. So I have x equals 3/4. Please leave as a ratio. Please do not do a decimal. Okay, great work, guys. You are doing great. We are moving right along. Okay, number 10. The perimeter of rectangle ABCD is 60 centimeters. The ratio is 3/2. Find the length and width of the rectangle. Okay, so the perimeter is 60. Okay, and the ratio of AB, so AB is 3 to 2. Okay, all right, let's unpack this idea. So we dealt with rectangles before, okay? So the perimeter of a rectangle is 60 centimeters. So we know a rectangle that these two sides are equivalent, so L and L and W and W, okay? So we can unpack this and have 60 equals, well, it's 2L plus 2W. So if you notice, they both have a 2, okay? So what I can do is I can divide 2 to both sides. What? And I have 30 equals L plus W. And it tells me the ratio is 3 to 2. All right, so 3 to 2, meaning, so if you notice 3 to 2, and length and width. The order matters on how you write it. So the 3 goes with the length and the 2 goes with the width. All right, that matters. All right, so instead of having length and width, I'm going to change it to having an X. Still with me? I hope so. Okay, don't run away yet. All right, so the 3 is going to go for the length and the width is going to go to X. So I'm going to have 30 equals 3x plus 2x. Once I find the value of x, then I can plug it back in and find the value of each of these. So I'm going to expand this so that I have a little bit more room to write. Okay, so what is 3x plus 2x? Well, that is 5x, ladies and gents. Then I divide 5 to both sides, and I get x equals 6. Plug it back in. So I'm going to plug back in. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18. Well, by golly, let's see if this works. So I have 2 times 18 plus 2 times 12. I'm just checking that I got the right answer. It's like insurance. You don't want to use it, but you're glad when you have it. So 36 plus 24, well, by golly, that's 60. Woohoo! So my length, if you missed it, length is 18 centimeters and width is 12 centimeters. Why do I make this fancy L, Miss Robinson? Well, we don't want you to think it's a 1, so I make the fancy L. All right, folks, so the ratio of the area of the triangles is 10, 5, and 3. Well, 10 is the big guy, 5 and 3. It's not drawn to scale. Don't freak out, okay? And it said 10, 5, and 3. What are the measures of each angle? That's all they give me, guys. But it's angles. Hello, Miss Robinson. So let's put the 10 inside, the 5 inside, and the 3 inside. Again, not drawn to scale. Well, guys, what do all triangles add up to? I think all triangles add up to 180. I think that's what's up. So let's do 10y plus 5y plus 3y. And let's do it. So let's add those up and we get 18y equals 180. I just picked a letter. We don't always have to use x. Divide 18 to both sides and y equals 10. Ta-da! All right, let's plug the 10 back in and find out what each of these are worth. Okay, because again, it's a ratio. So 10 times 10 is 100. 5 times 10 is 50. And 3 times 10 is 30. Did those add up to 180? Pew, pew, pew. Yes, indeedy. All right, so what's the measures of each one? So we've got 100, 50, and 30. Perfect. Okay, a triangle has a perimeter of 264. If the ratio of each side is 4, 7, 11, what is the length of each side? So again, we're adding it together. So let's do sides. 4s plus 7s plus 11s equals 264. Okay, so add those up. So I've got 18, 19, 20, 21, 22s equals 264. Find the value of s. Okay, so s is 12. And you guys are going to plug it back into each of these. Okay, so plug 12 back in and find the value of each of the sides. Okay? All right, last one. So when a 10-foot vertical pole casts a 2-foot shadow, I sense a picture, people. And a pine tree has a 25-foot shadow. How tall is the tree? 10-foot vertical pole casts a shadow. So here's my shadow of 2 feet. Okay, and a pine tree, here we go. There's the bell, fun times. I am at school. So the pine tree casts a 25-foot shadow. All right, let's find that. Well, let's cross multiply, y'all. So we're going to put the heights on the top, so we don't know what the tree is, over 2 over 25. Let's cross multiply. It looks like the tree is going to be much bigger. So 10 times 25 is 250, which equals 2. We'll just make it x. Divide 2 to both sides. Holy cow, that tree is 125 feet. So we're talking big tree. So the tree is much bigger than that pole. Woo, woo. Let's make a pine tree. Do, 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 do. We have lots of those in Nevada. Whoop, whoop. So this is 125 feet. All right, thanks for joining me, and keep rocking those notes. Keep asking questions. Let's do this, Huskies. Have a good one.